Hey Xavier, have you ever wondered what the fastest car of each decade was?
Yeah, I was actually wondering that recently. Too bad we can't go back and see.
Well, I got a time machine. Wanna go back?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
The fastest car in the 1900s was the Mercedes Simplex. This car was extremely heavy, weighing about 2 tons. This car was really fast first time with 40 to 60 horsepower and a top speed of 68 miles per hour. Also, look at this beautiful black and gold color.
Oh, that's really cool. Let's go to the 1910s. 3, 2, 1. Next, the fastest car in the 1910s is the Astro Prince Henry. This car was really rare and was manufactured in the country of Austria. This speedy car had 95 horsepower with a top speed of 85 miles an hour.
Okay, well now let's go to the 1920s.
Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1.
The fastest car in this time period was the Mercedes-Benz 680S Stout-Chick Torpedo. This car recently sold for around $6 million in a car show. This car packs a punch with 180 horsepower and can go up to 110 miles per hour.
Alright, ready for the 1930s?
Yeah, let's go.
3, 2, 1. In the 1930s, the fastest car was the Duesenberg Model SJ. This is also an extremely rare car with only 111 models ever made. This car has 320 horsepower and has a top speed of 140 miles an hour. Right, now the
1940s?
Yeah, sure. 3, 2, 1.
In the 1940s, there were some pretty fast cars. The fastest car in this decade was the Jaguar XK120. This was a highly wanted car to use Jaguar's first sports car in over 10 years. This car was 150 miles per hour and has 160 bhp. Ready for the 50s?
Yep, 3, 2, 1. Now the 50s. This car was one of the first cars to take a more modern shape. The Aston Martin DV4 GT. This car was so popular that many cars used very similar designs that looked very similar to this one. The Aston Martin has a top speed of 159 miles per hour and has 318 horsepower. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
In the 60s, the fastest car was the Ferrari 365 GT B4. There were only 122 of these ever produced and is a truly rare car. This car has a max speed of 174 miles per hour and has 342 horsepower.
You know the drill. 3, 2, 1. In the 1970s, the fastest car was the Ferrari GT4 Berlinetta Boxer. This car is also rare nowadays with only 387 ever produced. This car has a max speed of 188 miles per hour and has 360 horsepower.
Ready for the 80s?
Yep.
Finally, we're in the 80s. The fastest car in this time period was the Ferrari F40. This car was recently bought in an auction back in 2019 for over $900,000. This car has a max speed of 201 miles per hour and has 471 horsepower.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. The McLaren F1 was the fastest car in the 1990s. This car has a max speed of 231 miles per hour and has 618 horsepower. We are finally in the more modern era. 3, 2, 1.
The fastest car was the SSC Ultimate Aero. This car has a top speed of 257 miles per hour and has 1,750 horsepower.
Now we ready?
To 2021?
Yep, 3, 2, 1. 2 years ago in 2019, the fastest car in the 2010s was made. It's called the Conexpo. This car has a top speed of 300 miles per hour, packed with 1,600 horsepower.
Now the fastest car currently was made in 2020 and is also called the Conexpo Absolute. This car has a top speed of 330 miles per hour and has 1,603 horsepower.
That's really cool. I didn't know this much about cars from each decade. Now you ready to get out of here?
Yeah, let's go.